obviously, anytime that you can learn from winning, you'll take it. But I would tell you that this game, it can't be who we are. I thought that we played pretty good defense in the first half, and give St. Thomas credit. They're very well coached. They're disciplined. They really shoot the basketball well. And in the second half, they exploited us and obviously made it a really close game down the stretch. So we gave up 48 points and lost the second half. So there's no way that you can take victory in this game. You just can't. And so we've got to be better moving forward, and that falls directly on me and the staff, and we'll be better moving forward.
What's kind of going to go into that? The guy said that practice this week was pretty tough on the defensive end. Just kind of what's going to go into that to continue to get better on the defensive end.
We're just going to continue to do it every single day until until I find 6, 7, 8 guys that are going to consistently perform on the defensive end. We're just not going to be able to go into the Big 12 and score 80 points a game. And we've scored every single game we've had. We've been 80 or above, right? People are not going to allow us to score 80 points in the Big 12. They're not. If you watched the University of Houston and Auburn the other night, that's real basketball. That's grown men playing basketball. And the way we played at times, we can compete with those people. But the way we played defensively in the second half was very disappointing.
The guys kind of mentioned that there were stretches you guys were really good. I think Arturo had 2 steals in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, think about the time that Keller dives on the floor. We go down, we score. Arturo gets a steal. Arturo gets another steal. They've got to call timeout. It was the only time the entire night that the building was loud. And, I'm not mad at the fans. I appreciate them coming, number one. But what did we give them to cheer about? And that's got to be our mantra, is that we're so good defensively that we give those people something to cheer about. And quite honestly, in the second half, it was far from that.
No Abu tonight. I think radio said he was suspended. Is there anything you can share with that?
I mean, violation of team rules. Yeah, he'll be back soon.
And with that, you guys got to look at Robert play a little 5, Pat play a little 5. There's going to be a time where Abu's in foul trouble at some point during the year. Sure. Did you like what you saw out of those two?
Yeah, no, and we do that all the time in practice. You know what I mean? I mean, I wish that the game would have unfolded differently and we could have even gotten a look at Andrea and people like that. But the fact of the matter is we didn't play well enough to do that. But yes, we played 5-out motion tonight, so we've kind of brought our bigs away from the rim over the last couple weeks and allowed them to ball screen and dribble handoff and those sorts of things. So I thought both those guys have done well with it.
Chi got going on the offensive end. What'd you think of his day?
Yeah, I mean, when Chi keeps it simple and doesn't try to be LeBron James or Michael Jordan or whoever you want to call it, he's a good player. We've just got to continue to keep him focused on the defensive end and continue to get him to take shots within the offense. Will we allow him to create some? Absolutely. Will there be times for him to create some? Absolutely. But sometimes you've got to know the time and the score and the ebb and the flow of the game. And that's kind of what I told him the one time when he came off the floor. We didn't need a 27-foot three at that point. Right? I mean, it's good to have confidence and it's good to put in the work outside of the gym and know you can make those shots. And that is a shot he can make, but that's not the shot we needed at that time. And that's got to be more important than scoring. And I'm not blaming Chi, right? I really am not blaming Chi. I'm not calling him out. But as a general rule for our basketball team, I thought today that we were more concerned with ourselves and our stats than we were with playing good defense and winning basketball.
In a night where threes maybe weren't necessarily falling, what opened up for you guys offensively?
Well, the times where we played good defense, we got anything we wanted in transition. When the ball got reversed from one side to the other side and back to that side, we got anything we wanted because the defense broke down, right? I mean, if you were to chart the numbers of times that the ball gets reversed and goes from side to side, your shooting percentages go up 15% easy. And that's where we've got to learn to become a better basketball team, right? We've got to learn to not maybe take the first good shot we get, but let's go ahead and move the ball around. Let's screen for one another. Let's get it, the ball driven to the paint and maybe kick it out and get a great shot.
Touching on the threes, were you fine with the selection of those threes tonight? And how did you feel about that?
I talked to the guys prior to the game, and I'm not going to answer your question fully, so I apologize. I need to watch the film to see. But in my mind, just thinking back, we had at least 4 or 5 either ill-advised or bad shots from the three. So 22 threes for this game is too many. We talked about going into the game trying to keep our number around 15, right? And they did turn down a couple that I was proud of them for doing because they knew that they had an opportunity to get a better shot. But again, we wanted to get the ball inside. We wanted to drive the basketball. We wanted to get to the free throw line more than we wanted to shoot threes tonight. And with that being said, we weren't disciplined enough to do so.
And what kind of went into the decision to give Connor the start? I know you've talked about starting guys who have a good week of practice or things like that. Why him tonight?
Well, Abu was out, obviously, and I felt that because St. Thomas is a smaller group and have more guards and really don't have an inside presence, it just made sense. And again, I've said this several times. I don't know that there's a lot of differentiator, maybe between players 1, 2, and 10. And it's who plays the best and who does what we ask them to do and who plays the right way that's going to play. There's going to be a lot of ebbs and flows with our lineup during the season. I would be shocked if that's not the case.
And Coach, obviously the bench stepped up really big. 49 points to St. Thomas's 8. What was your thoughts on the bench performance today?
Again, I thought our guys did some good things, right? I'm just not satisfied with our defense, and I'm not satisfied with our team approach. So whether you came off the bench or whether you started, to me it doesn't matter, right? That's what I'm concerned about. Right. This is great to beat St. Thomas. It's great to be 2-0. I hope that the people like that we do play hard in spurts and play the right way in spurts. But our goal is to go to the NCAA tournament. Our goal is to compete in the Big 12. Our goal is to do much bigger things than what we did today. And to be quite honest with you, our fans, our ex-players, they deserve that. They deserve more than what we gave them in the second half, and we've got to focus on that.
Is this I don't know if normal's the right word, but maybe your first couple of years as a head coach, have there been times where kind of this is where the defense is at the beginning of the year that you're maybe not satisfied with it?
The crazy thing is most coaches will tell you that this time of year your defense is ahead of your offense. So what does that tell you about our team? Either I've got to be better. Our staff's got to be better defensively, or our guys have got to buy into what we're selling. Because usually this time of year, the defense is much further ahead than the offense.
Do you prefer Marcellus? Do you prefer Chi-Chi? What should we call you?
Chi-Chi.
All right. Hey, just kind of what did it feel like tonight, Chi-Chi?
It was a good game. We could have been better on defense overall, but it was a good game for the most part.
You guys threes weren't necessarily falling today, but you guys were able to get to the basket and things like that. Just kind of how were you able to score 23 on a night where maybe shots from the outside weren't falling?
Coach was telling us in the beginning of the game we need to touch the paint a lot. So once I seen my shot wasn't falling, Coach told me, you need to find another way to score. And getting downhill was the way.
Pat, there will probably be nights where Abu's in foul trouble or something like that, and you and Robert will be asked to play a lot of the 5. Just kind of what did it feel like getting your feet wet out there?
Good. I've been playing the 5 now last year. I'm comfortable out there. Was excited to have the opportunity today and take advantage of it.
What's kind of your overall thoughts on how you guys performed today?
We definitely have some areas to improve on, but I think overall, we played hard at times, turned them over a lot, had some moments where we were playing defense the right way. I was satisfied with how we played.
Lutz wasn't too stoked about you guys' defense after the first game. It seemed like you guys were on the floor quite a bit tonight. Just kind of what was the last week of practice like? I imagine it's pretty intense.
A lot of defensive transition drills.
Yeah. A lot of defense, man, and
lot.
running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of running.
You guys were throughout the thing on the floor. And I think one with you in the corner, you dove over a guy to get on the floor. How much does Lutz kind of emphasize getting on the floor when the ball's there?
Well, Coach Lutz love winning plays, so I'm gonna do whatever it takes to do that. I'm all for the team and whatever it takes to win. So if it takes me diving on the floor, that's what I'm gonna do.
As you guys mentioned, the defense you thought it was good in times. Do you still feel like it was an improvement from the Green Bay game?
No.
So,
I think we had our moments, you know.
Yeah.
I think we had a couple of possessions where, you know, we were getting up into them, making extra efforts, Chi diving on the floor. But like I said, there's definitely room for improvement. We'll be watching a lot of film this week.
So what goes into trying to put together a full 40-minute defensive performance next game?
Can you say that again?
What goes into what goes into trying to put in a full 40-minute defensive performance next game?
What goes preparation. So when we go in practice this week, tomorrow actually, I think he's gonna tell us like get on the line and straight defensive drills. Our offense is pretty solid, so defense the main thing we need to work on.
What's it like playing with a guy like Arturo who's flying around and getting all the steals?
I'll say for me, it gives me energy. You know, when he's picking up, when he's, you know, pressuring the ball, it gives me motivation to, you know, deny my guy or keep that same intensity.
I'm sure there's a stretch there where 10 seconds came off the clock and you had 2 steals and a layup. Just kind of take us through what that was like for you.
To be honest, I didn't even know like it was gonna turn out that way. But once I got the steal and I laid it in on the other end, and I got back on defense and I seen Kel back in transition, I'm like, oh, I got an opportunity to go get it again, and I just went in.
You guys are really deep at guard. Just kind of what's it like playing in that group where you can fly around and you know that the next guy's going to give you a breather and play.
I mean, it's fun, like knowing and having confidence in your teammates, knowing how fast we is that we can fix all situations when it's time to scramble and stuff like that. So it's definitely fun and less worried about my teammates flying around and stuff like that. So it's definitely fun.
Yeah, how are you doing? Obviously, went down pretty hard there.
I'm doing great.
How have you guys kind of seen the team come together these last few months, 2 games in? How good do you guys feel like you're meshing so far?
Excuse me, say it again.
How do you feel like the team, obviously there's a lot of new faces who are playing together for the first time. How do you feel like the team's just kind of started to mesh these last few months?
I think it's going well. I think we're getting better every day. We got a great group of guys who like each other. You know, a lot of us are 5th years or seniors, so we all kind of got the common goal. We're trying to make it to the tournament, trying to do something special with this last year of ours, and I think that's kind of helped us come together and be on the same track.
Going on the road, can that be good for this team with so many new faces to kind of get together off the court? Obviously, you guys spend a lot of time together off the court, but I imagine this will be a pretty good bonding experience for you guys.
For sure.
I'm definitely looking forward to going on the road with these guys, because I look forward to seeing these guys every day, because these guys is hilarious. So, like, I can't wait to create memories on the road with these guys, for real.
Right here. Right over here.
The corporate of everything right there.
How's he the corporate?
He's just too funny. You got to be around him to see. I can't even explain it for real.